Okay, taking some time now to settle the body, sitting in a comfortable position with the legs crossed or whatever is comfortable for you, just making sure that you feel steady and comfortable in whatever position that you are in. The spine is straight and the head and neck are aligned with the spine. The shoulders are back and down, but relaxed, opening up the chest. Eyes and the mouth are lightly closed. And take a long, deep inhalation, a long, deep yogic breath in. And as you exhale, release all the events of the day so far. Just let them all go on the exhalation. And again, take another long, deep breath in. And this time, when you exhale, release all of the interactions and conversations that you've had today. And one more time, another long, deep inhalation. This time on the exhalation, release any thoughts or feelings of obligation of anything you need to do outside of this class, and just allow yourself to have this time. There's nothing else you need to do at this moment, but to be right here and right now. And returning to the natural breath, scan through the body now and just observe if there's any feeling of pain or irritation or discomfort. And when we're doing the practices in the class, please be mindful of your body and just work within your range of movement. If something isn't right, please do something else or even visualize the practice. And as you move the awareness through the body, rest it finally at the eyebrow center. And in the eyebrow center, visualize a steady candle flame and visualize the light from that flame cascading throughout the body. And together now, to begin the class, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti. And I'll chant the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our traditions and to each other so that we can all learn together without ill will. Breathing in first for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bunatu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinat Padhitamastu, Ma Vishabhahe, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Hari Om. And now keeping the eyes closed and still paying attention to the eyebrow center. This class, or the theme of this class, is going to be on motivation and focus. And so I'd like you to briefly reflect on what motivates you or what you would like to focus on throughout the class and throughout this practice. So really think about what it is you want to get out of this class. And what I would like to do now is take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, release all distractions and picture yourself accomplishing a task or a goal that really excites you, and feel that determination in your body as you breathe deeply and inhale clarity and exhale any doubt about that. So just holding on to that feeling. And the aim is to maintain that feeling throughout the class. And now we'll begin with our yoga postures, our asanas. So for our first practice, we're going to begin with Majariasana, the cat posture. So coming onto the hands and the knees, ensuring that the hands are directly below the shoulders and the knees are directly below the hips. Head's in a neutral position to begin with. And we'll do 7 rounds of this practice. So inhaling and bringing the head up towards the ceiling, pointing the abdomen towards the floor and stretching through the arms. Exhaling, bringing the head in between the arms and arching the back up towards the ceiling, and also stretching through the arms as well to get more out of the practice. Complete another 6 rounds, trying to coordinate the breath with the movement and aiming for the movement to be very smooth and flowing. After your 7th round of this practice, come into Shashankasana, the child posture. And so in Shashankasana, placing the forehead on the floor. If you do suffer from low blood pressure, please make fists and place your hand on your fist so your head's above your heart. But if you're fine, forehead on the floor, arms stretched out, either out in front or beside the legs, whatever's more comfortable for you, and release the body into the practice. Release into the posture. And observe just the effects of the practice so far. And when it's right for you, come up into a sitting position. You can either have your legs out in front of the body or crossed, whatever is right for you. But just take a few moments for the body to adjust to be sitting upright again. And we're going to do a side stretch. So for this practice, we'll begin with stretching the right side first. So place your left hand on the floor and then placing the right hand out beside the body with the palm facing up. Bring it over the top, keeping the spine straight, but bringing it over the head. Stretching the right side of the body. And then inhale back to center. And then put the right hand on the floor near the right buttock. And then bring the left hand over. So complete another 4 rounds of this practice. Remembering to inhale in the middle and then exhale as you stretch over to the side. After your 5th round, just come back to center and close the eyes. If you're sitting with your legs out, come back to base position. If your legs are crossed, place the hands on your knees in a mudra of your choice and just take a few moments to observe the effects of that particular posture. Next, we're going to come to a standing position, but on the way up, we'll do head to foot posture. So for that, if you remember, that's where your legs are about hip width apart, and then your top half of your body hangs over the bottom half. So you can either just let the arms hang on the floor, or you can grasp the opposite elbow with the opposite hand and just allow the body to hang for a few moments. And just feel gravity doing its work. And then when it's right for you, gently roll up to a standing position. And in a standing position, feel steady and comfortable on your feet. Allow the arms to hang loose beside the body. Close the eyes if that's right for you. And just feel the ground beneath your feet. Ensure the spine's straight. Head and neck are aligned. Our next practice will be Tadasana, so the palm tree posture. So for this, clasp the hands in front of the body, palms facing down. And then first actually find a point on the wall that's not moving so that you could fix your gaze and be focused as you do this. And then inhale and bring the arms above the head straight. And then come onto the front of the feet, raising the heels off the floor, stretching right up, stretching the whole body. Exhale, bring the hands to the top of the head and bring the heels back to the floor. This is 1 round. Complete another 4 rounds. It's easier to raise the arms first and then the heels. Stretching right through the body. Your final round, try and hold it a little bit longer than the others. And when you finish your final round, just come back to a standing Shavasana with the arms hanging loose beside the body and closing the eyes and just observing any changes in the body from this practice. And our next practice will be the warrior. So this is warrior two. So for this, bring the legs widely apart. And first, we'll start with the right side. Point the right foot out that way. And the left foot is sort of in a bit, about maybe 45 degrees. Bring the arms out to shoulder height. And then turn the head over towards the right. And just move over here. Then bend the right knee and just bring the body sort of tilted over towards the right. It's almost like a lunge. Then come back to center and we'll do, and bring, you can bring the arms down. Bring the right foot in at 45 degrees, left foot out straight, arms out to the side, shoulder height, turning the left head, turning the head in the left to the left side, and then bending the left knee and then bringing the arms across that way. Complete another 2 rounds of this practice. And again, with the final round, trying to hold the final round a little bit longer than the others. And when you finish your final round of this practice, again, come back into a standing Shavasana. And taking a few moments just to rest and observe the effects of the practice, feeling the movement of energy as well around the body. Next, we're going to do Utkatasana, which is the chair pose. So this is it's like a squat pose. So I'll demonstrate first. It's quite a strong practice. So there are different variations that you can do. So it's called the chair pose because you're basically going to, like, it's like you're sitting back into a chair. So to begin with, what you could do is just put the arms out in front of the body and just pretend that you're sitting down. And if that's right for you, just stay here. The full practice, which I can never really do very well, is you have the arms above the head and then you sit back. I can't seem to align my arms back far enough when I sit down. But it's a matter of sort of holding for a few breaths and then standing up again. So we'll just do 3, but hold as far as you can. Maybe ease in the first to feel the practice and then just do what you can. But again, you think about the focus and the motivation it will take to actually do this practice. You could even just have the arms above the head if putting them in prayer position doesn't work for you. And it's fine to breathe when you're sitting in the practice. And after your final round, and just take your time in your own time, of course, just come back to standing Shavasana. I finished a bit earlier because I find that one very challenging. So, but it's good, I think. It's good to do things that challenge us. And again, just allow the body to rest a little. If you need to swing your arms around just to align the spine again. I know I do sometimes when I do that one. Just think about what your body needs right now and do that to get you back ready for the next practice. Next, we'll do the one-legged prayer pose. So again, that's another one where focus is very important. So if you, with that one, you again find a point on the wall and it's where you're balancing on one leg. So we'll balance on the left leg first and find a point on the wall. And it's about putting the inside, the sole of the right foot somewhere on the inside of the left leg, just not on next to the knee. Could be, you could just have it on, against the ankle or inside the calf, or you could actually put it like right up on the inside of the thigh, hands in prayer position to begin with, so you're steady. And then if you can, raise them above the head. We're just going to do one on each side if you can hold. If not, do a couple and you feel steady. And when you've finished on one side, just work on the other side. So just do your own practice, concentrating on your own practice. And when you finish your final round or you're happy with what you've done for this practice, come back down to a sitting position. Have the legs out in front of the body. And again, just take a few moments just to check in with the bodies to see how the practices have impacted it. And we're going to now do a forward bend. So making sure the spine is straight. Raise the arms above the head, stretching right up through the torso, inhaling, and then you'll exhale as you bring the arms down. Now, everyone's going to be at a different stage for this one. So if you can just place the hands on the knees, that's fine. Just place your hands on the legs where it is comfortable. If you can't, even just above is fine. So we'll do 3 rounds of this practice and just hold for what is right for you, trying to keep the back straight. Keep the head up on the first practice. If you're more advanced after the second round, feel free to put the head down. When you come out of it, raise the hands above the head again, remembering to breathe. And then inhaling up, stretching up through the torso, bringing the hands down on the feet or on the legs, where is right for you. Just observing your thoughts in this practice. When you finish your final round, come back to base position, closing the eyes and just observing. And our final posture for this class will be the butterfly posture, so Tatali Asana. And so bringing the feet in front of the buttocks, soles together, hands around the feet. And if you can, bring the soles as close to the buttocks as you can, but whatever's comfortable. Checking in with your spine, making sure it's straight, and allowing the knees to fall towards the floor, not pushing or straining in any way, allowing the hips to open. And inhale, bring the knees up to the arms. Exhale, allow the knees to fall open. We'll complete 10 rounds of this practice. And just observe how the hips open a little bit more with each time that you complete it, which is very symbolic of anything that you want to achieve. It can take a long time, but little bit by little bit, you keep improving and getting to where you want to go. After your 10th round, bring the knees together and either bring the legs out in front of the body or come into a comfortable sitting position, because we'll move now on to pranayama practice, our breathing practice. I'll just get my cushions back ready. So in a comfortable sitting position, again, just checking in with your posture and making sure the chest is open. And just first focusing on the natural breath. So with the eyes closed, just observe natural natural breath at the nostrils and how on the inhalation it fills the abdomen with air and then the chest with air. And on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides, and how it's really almost automatic. It's just the natural breath, spontaneous. It does its own thing. And our pranayama practice will be Nadi Shodhana. So for this, bring the right hand to the face, placing the first and the middle finger at the eyebrow center, with the eyes gently closed and the mouth gently closed. Place the right thumb over the right nostril and then inhale through the left nostril to the eyebrow center. And then with the ring finger, cover the left nostril, uncover the right, and exhale from that right nostril. All just a natural breath. And then inhale through the right nostril to the eyebrow center. Cover the right nostril, uncover the left, exhaling out of the left nostril. So it's in through the left and then out through the right, in through the right and out through the left, just working with your natural breath. If you have your own practice and your own count, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, just continue with the natural breath. We'll do this for a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes. So if your arm does get tired, please support it with the other arm, resting it underneath your elbow. And this practice helps to balance the mind and improve focus. And you don't need to do it in a yoga class. You can do it anytime when you feel like you need to bring the mind back to whatever it is you want to concentrate on. And the next time that you exhale out of the left nostril, release the hand and keeping the eyes closed, just observe the breath through both nostrils to the eyebrow center. And now gently release the practice and move very slowly, mindfully into Shavasana to prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. And make sure that you have whatever you need to be comfortable throughout the practice. Wherever you may be, you might be cool and need a blanket, or you might need a cushion to put under your knees to support the back. Whatever you need right now, please make sure that you have that. And so lying down on the back in Shavasana with the legs hip width apart and all tensions released from the legs, so the feet flop to the sides. The arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. There's balance between the left and the right side of the body. And you may like to tuck in your chin a little just to check that the head and neck are aligned with the spine. Take a long, deep inhalation now, and on the exhalation, release the body into the floor. Allow the body to melt right into the floor. And take another long, deep inhalation now, and this time when you exhale, release any remaining tension in the body, particularly in the face. So release any expression in the face. Make sure that you're not clenching your jaw or tightening the muscles behind the eyes. Sometimes we do this, we don't even know. So just check in with the face and release any tension in the face. And feel the body's contact against the floor. Feel the heels against the floor. Feel the back of the legs and the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back of the hands and the arms right up to the shoulders. Feel them all against the floor. And feel the back and the spine. Feel its contact against the floor. And feel the back of the neck and the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact create one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sound. Listen first for sounds that are way off in the distance, but don't try and identify or name the sound. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next as you hear it. And bring the sound awareness a little closer now to the sounds outside the room where you are. Again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. And move the sound awareness closer now to the sounds in the room where you are. And now bring the sound awareness closer still to the sounds inside the body, beginning with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now move the sound awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. And release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body and listen to my instructions. When I say the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And now we'll move to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now to the back of the body with the heels, back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Moving now around to the face, beginning with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the eyes, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. And release the rotation and bring the awareness back to the natural breath. observing the rise and fall at the navel in response to the natural breath, and also observing just how subtle the natural breath has now become. We'll now add a visualization to the natural breath. On the inhalation, feel the breath entering the body like a cool, refreshing breeze. And on the exhalation, you feel the breath taking with it on the exhalation anything that takes you away from your focus. So after the exhalation, you feel more focused and present. So breathing in warmth and then exhaling anything that takes you away from your focus. And if the mind wanders, use the breath like an anchor and bring it back to the practice. And release the breath visualization now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside in the middle of winter, and the icy wind makes you shiver. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside in the icy wind of winter. Release this feeling of cold now and replace it instead with a feeling of heat. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels like it's outside underneath the summer sun, and the sun wraps you in comfort. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's outside in the summer sun, and the heat wraps you in comfort. Release this feeling of heat now and exchange it instead with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels so heavy it feels like it's sinking into the mat. Body feels so heavy it feels like it's falling through the mat. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. Release this feeling of heaviness now and replace it instead with a feeling of lightness. The body feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels so light it feels like it's floating like a cloud on the breeze. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, like it's floating like a cloud on the breeze. Release this feeling of lightness now. Release all of these sensations completely and allow the body to come back to a state of equilibrium. And instead, come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes, also known as Chittakash. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, and create the following objects and images. You are standing on the edge of a forest path, and you see the path before you is lined with tall, majestic trees that gently sway in the breeze and seem to guide your way. As you begin to walk along the path, you feel the crunch of leaves underfoot and the scent of pine and earth filling the air. As you walk further down the path, you notice a clearing ahead, and in the center of the clearing is a glowing flame. And this flame is your inner fire of motivation. You step closer to the flame, feeling its warmth and its energy radiating around you. This flame represents your purpose and your drive. And you stand there with your hands out towards it, and you feel the heat radiating through your hands and through your body, making you feel comforted and warm and confident. And you connect with this flame. It seems familiar to you, but also very comforting and inspiring. And you leave the path now and walk a bit further to the other side of the clearing. And on the other side of the clearing, you notice a big puddle of water on the ground. This puddle of water is still, and as you lean over it, you gaze at your own reflection and you notice the flame is still with you in your heart space. And you know that you can carry this flame of motivation with you everywhere and anywhere that you want it to be. And you leave the forest now and come back to your mat, again with the flame of motivation remaining in your heart space. And with it there, you now call to mind your Sankalpa, a positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And begin to feel your breath again in the body, allowing the breath to deepen and allowing the breath as you make it deeper, allowing the body to move with the inhalation and feeling that movement in the body on the inhalation and observing on the inhalation how it moves the back against the floor. Checking in with your body now, observing how you feel at this very moment. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to remember the details of the room that you are in, the color of your mat and the color of your clothing. Remember the time of day and begin to hear the sounds around you and remember the world attached to those sounds. Make small movements with the fingers and the toes as you allow the body to gently externalize and begin to move and stretch in a way that works for you. You may like to raise the arms above the head, stretching the body, or bring the knees to the chest and roll on the back, whatever works for you to wake the body up from this practice, but being very gentle and kind to yourself. You also may like to roll on the right side, again allowing the body to gently externalize, and then when it's right for you in your own time, very gently and mindfully come up to a sitting position. There's no rush though for this. Keep the eyes closed or downcast as you do this, just to maintain the peaceful state that you've created. And in a comfortable seated position, again, just check in with the body, scan through the body and observe how you feel now compared to when we began. And after this body scan, bring the awareness to the heart space. And in this space, visualize the steady candle flame and the glow of that candle flame cascading throughout the body. Together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude the class. Breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.